What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 11 of NoFap. The time is 8:37 a.m. On my way to the gym for chest and tricep day. It's a Friday, which means I am going after the workout. I'm going to be doing my work. My ads came in, so I'm going to be looking at those, reviewing them, seeing if it needs tweets before I make them live. And then it's Bible study, which I'm excited for because I met quite a few people last week, and quite a few new people, because I've been going every week, but I met like a few people that I hang out with, but never really got in the middle of the bigger group. So yeah, I hope I remember their names. Last week feels like last month. That's the problem. I feel like it's been a long time since last week. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Honestly, it's the real time I get to like socialize for an extended period of time, and it's kind of the only place I really want to socialize, which is probably a bad thing, because, well, I don't know. I like socializing with other Christians. I think it's easy. If it's like a stranger in public, it's not that I get weird, but I'm less inclined to approach strangers, in public or at the gym. I'm very less inclined to do that. But I know that I'm in the right place to approach people, because it's LA. At least approach people in a friendly manner. Approaching some rando on the street is just probably not the way to go. But it's a gym in Los Angeles. I think people want to be approached because, oh jeez, I don't know how I turned on my radio. But LA is truly, I personally believe LA is the loneliest place on earth. There's a lot of people here and everybody's lonely. So I think people are looking for somebody to socialize with most of the time. And when I go to, like, for example, when I tell a girl that they're pretty, after the, like, I don't know, for those of you who don't know, my thing that I challenge myself to do is tell a girl that she's pretty every time I go to the gym. Just one girl. Find a girl that's pretty, tell her she's attractive, leave. Though I could probably strike up more of a conversation, but I think that's good practice. I think it's a good challenge for everybody to do that, because you start to realize when you do that, when you start approaching people and just complimenting them, you start to realize after a while, and I noticed this immediately after the first girl I told she was pretty. You start to realize that people want to be talked to. They want to have some kind of human interaction. Majority of people do, at least. So what that means is you got really nothing to be afraid of. You got nothing to be nervous about when you just approach somebody and talk to them, because most of the time they welcome it. I know I would welcome it if somebody came up to me. Like, how many times have I sat there, done my own thing, and thought, man, I really wish somebody would talk to me, and just never talk to anybody else. Sometimes you got to be the initiator. And I think a lot of the times in people in LA, we're just not talking to each other. It's probably why we're lonely. So yeah, today I'm going to be doing the same thing I do, chest and tri day, and telling a girl she's pretty. So also I also want to challenge myself to talk to some regulars. I've not put it in stone yet, but I want to talk to. I noticed the regulars in the gym, and I do want to talk to them. I just want to tell them, like, hey, I noticed that you come to the gym every day, same as me. And most of the time they're way better physique than I am. So, I could always ask. It's easy. Just strike up a conversation about working out. Like, hey, what are you working out right now? What's your diet like? How do you get muscles like that? Because every time I try, I can't. What weights are you lifting? All of that stuff. It's very simple, but you'd be surprised at how receptive people are to just walking up to them and striking up a conversation, or just giving them a compliment. So, yeah. Anyway, huge tangent, but right now, heading to the gym, doing all those things. Check out this workout. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. What's up, everybody? We're back. It's 12:57 a.m. I am so tired. My jaw hurts for some reason. I get like a jaw ache. But my jaw has always been messed up ever since I was like 13, so. Ugh, I hate it. I need to get that looked at one day. But for now, let's get to what happened. So after my workout, came home, had breakfast / lunch, and I sat at my computer. Tired. Sat at my computer, just doing work, and kind of just, well, I set up my ads. My ads are currently running now, as of right now, so we'll analyze that in a few days and see how well it does. If it doesn't do well, pulling out, picking a new product. Yeah, but it's exciting. It's always exciting when my ads come in and I get to show them off and see how they do. It's always exciting, I have this hope that they'll do well, but even if they don't do well, it's like, well, I get to look for another product, get ads for that, and then we'll try to see if those work. So it's kind of exciting, to be fair, because I know, like, if I keep doing this and I find a product that does really well, then I'll profit. which is the goal, is to find a product that I could profit off of. But anyway, after all of that work, went to Bible study, and it was a good Bible study, and I got to meet a few new people, but also talk to some old people, and yeah, that was really fun too. That was pretty much my whole day, and I gotta say, NoFap was very easy today. It was as easy as the few days, like a week ago, because every time an urge came, they were rare, but rare today. But when an urge came, I was just like, well, I'm not doing that anymore. There's no point in having these urges, because I said it. I said it in stone. I said it out loud, and and I have witnesses, people in my comments, Mike, and my other viewers that I don't know, who don't comment, but I know view my videos. Mike and my other viewers heard me say, like, I'm never going to watch that stuff again. So, it's really helped living that kind of life now, where when you say something, you live by it. When you say something out loud, you live by it. Being a man of your word. It's one of the traits of being a man, is being true to your word. And I was like, if that's the case, I might as well use this for self-improvement. And it's been working out pretty well. So I even said, like, this is my last attempt at NoFap. This is going to be number 11. There's not going to be a number 12. So speaking that into existence is going to help me. It's going to help me in the long run and probably forever. So, yeah. As you can tell, I'm very tired. Let's get to your comments and questions. Asuma Gaming, how can I contact you? You can contact me in the comments, bud. If this is a private, I don't know if this is like some kind of private thing or anything. Just let me know. Like, leave it in the comments. You say how can I contact you? Just let me know in the comments, like, what's the purpose, and maybe I'll contact you. But yeah, JD, well, man, I haven't seen you in forever, man. JD, good to hear from you. Hey brother, just stopping by again. Been unbelievably busy with work and still getting gains. That's what I'm talking about. Keep it up, man. I don't mind. I don't mind that you haven't commented in a long time, but I'm just glad to know. I'm happy to know that you're still on the grind. Great to see you're still with it, or still at it with your self-improvement journey, including you getting that 40 plus NoFap streak. Thanks, bro. I like that streak. For me, I'm still trying to find that group of friends, but I keep trying to no avail. I think it's really the biggest I think it's really the big obstacle for me achieving my goals. Yeah, that's difficult, finding a group of friends. When you're on the path to self-improvement as well, you're finding friends that share the same that same goal of self-improvement is very difficult, because a lot of people are just content doing their daily schedule. I still haven't found like a big group of friends. Even in church, I haven't really found, like, at this point I would call them acquaintances, because I don't know them all that well. But I'm sure as I get to know them better, maybe I'll call them friends. But they're brothers and sisters in Christ, and so, that's a very important thing. I fell into a deep depressive slump recently, sometimes just lying in bed discouraged, and I relapsed for the first time in months. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, it can be rough going at it alone. I don't really know how to move forward with everything, but I still watch your vlogs when I have free time. It's inspiring to see how far you've come. I'd like to talk to you sometime, but I know you want things to stay on YouTube. Pray for you always, bro. Yeah, I kind of prefer to keep things on YouTube. But I will say this. And it kind of ties to what I said in the beginning of this vlog. Take a chance on like strangers, because most of the time, and I'm not talking about just on the street. Like if you're at the gym, or if you're gonna be around a place where there are generally people, take a chance and say hi to somebody. Like I said in the beginning of this vlog, or this morning, most people are totally okay with you approaching them and striking up a conversation. In fact, a lot of people like that. So, you got to get over that hump of, oh geez, am I going to look like an idiot? It's like, who cares if you look like an idiot? Because those are people, are strangers. You screw up, best thing is you may never see them again, so who cares? But yeah, when you think about like, gee, I wish somebody would approach me, you could be that person, because I've thought about that a lot in the first few times I went to the gym. I was just like, man, I wish people would approach me and say hi to me. And then I thought, like, a lot of other people probably feel this way too. So you gotta it's scary and intimidating, but you gotta be the first person and it's good training too. It's good training to be able to approach anybody and just strike up a conversation, which is a great skill to have. But yeah, take a chance. And it doesn't like what you could do, what I'm doing now, getting into that, which is just compliment a pretty girl and then book it, like leave. I'm developing that skill, and that's the first thing I do is just go up to a pretty girl, not while she's working out though, in between set, and then just say, hey, I don't mean to bother you, but you look really pretty, and then you just bounce. Or you just have a nice day and you leave, you know, that's what I do. It's good training. One day I can strike up a conversation, but for now, I'm just going to do that until I get used to that. And then it's like weight training. Right now I'm starting with the kiddie weights, and now I'm gonna move up to actually doing sets where, you know, I'll strike up a conversation, see if I can strike up a conversation and then maybe potentially make some friends or go on dates. But anyway, yeah, man, I'll be praying for you, buddy. I'll be praying for you. I hope things get better. Mike. Yeah, YouTube's so weird, Mike. I don't know what's happening with YouTube. So I use an ad blocker. I'm gonna be real. I use an ad blocker, and now my ad blocker is getting blocked, which is annoying because YouTube ads are the worst. But anyway, congrats on the never again on porn. Now you can shut down the slightest urge to peek with I don't look at that stuff anymore. It's kind of, yeah, it is that kind of, yeah, I don't look at that stuff anymore. It's also like I spoke it into existence and I am a man now, so like I would be betraying my own trust in myself, which is unacceptable. Therefore, no. So it's working. Fair enough about the food server work requiring more notice than you can give for unavailability. Have you considered DoorDash or half a dozen other similar services? Oh, Mike, I gotta tell you, so Uber Eats / Postmates never got back to me when I applied, and I have been on the wait list for DoorDash for about 6 months. I've been on the wait list because they said, oh, there's so many people applying in your area, and I think it's because of COVID that people did that. But they said, yeah, there's a bunch of people applying in your area. We're going to put you on a wait list. And I've been on that wait list for 6 months and counting. So I imagine that a lot of actors, and this is LA, so there are a lot of actors. I imagine a lot of actors have these gig-based jobs, which I would love to do. But unfortunately, it's tough. Yeah. You totally, as you could see, judging from everything that's happened to me, you can see why I prefer doing trying business rather than getting a part-time or full-time job or a gig-based job, because I can't get them. It is difficult for me to get them, and I have tried. It's annoying that I'm still on the wait list, but if they let me into DoorDash and become a dasher, I guess. If they let me become a dasher, freaking, you better believe on my free time I'm just gonna be like, well, time to make some money. May as well get in my car, deliver food. But I haven't heard back from him, so yeah. You totally work with it a little as much as you want. You choose the gigs you don't or don't. They pay base pay. Most recipients tip either in person or via app. It's the ultimate flexible work, and your car mileage gets tax deductible business expense. Check it out. Yeah, I have checked it out, Mike. I wish, man. I wish. As soon as they say you're in, I'm gonna be on it. But unfortunately, I have to wait for that wait list. So, either way, that's all I got for today. I am going to get as much sleep as I can. I'll probably sleep in a little bit more before I head to the gym tomorrow. for ab, shoulder, and legs. And then I'm picking my parents up tomorrow, and then I'm gonna take them to dinner. So I'm not gonna be vlogging for the length that they are here, which I am not sure how long that is. Usually it's around 3 to 4 days, maybe 5 days. I hope it's not an entire week, but yeah, I will be going on a very short hiatus until they leave, so I can be a good son. And until then, stay strong and stay focused. I'm with you guys. I know you guys are with me. I will see you all next time. Peace.